Hi guys, welcome back. Katie here. I am ready to show you guys what is in my cart on my latest thrifting trip. I swung into Goodwill just on a whim. I had some running around to do and I stumbled into a half off sale. Now it was the middle of the afternoon, so I was not expecting to find a whole lot at this point. I was absolutely thrilled at all of the pieces that were still waiting for me. And so I got the camera going and I thought, we have to get a video. So let's start shopping. As I said, everything was half off today. If you are a member, that means you have the Goodwill discount card. Right away, I started thrifting. My favorite aisle to go to first is always the metal aisle. I am always looking for copper. I'm always looking for brass candlesticks, neat old tins, things like that. Now these ones look brass. Some of them are, but a lot of them were spray painted. So those did not come home with me. However, they did have a bunch of really great, now this shelf looks empty, I know, but this is just one small part of it. They did have some great glasses. I did grab this old Studebaker drinking glass. Studebaker was actually located in South Bend, Indiana, the factory, which is where I live. So I did grab that. I got it for just a little bit over $1 with my discount. I did look at this Royal Dalton plate. I thought it was pretty cool. When I looked those up online, they sold for about $25. So I could have flipped it. I did leave it behind just because it's one of those things where I thought I don't want to have to mess with shipping it. But quite a bit of glassware. I did buy these little pink depression glass dessert plates. They were $2.50 for the pair and they were in wonderful shape, and then I got half off of that price. So I will be adding those to my vintage booth. There were just some other little knickknacks that kind of caught my eye. It looks like somebody donated their entire bell collection. I don't think anybody collects bells anymore, at least not that I know of. But if you wanted to, there was an instant collection here. Unless they're kind of, cool vintage Christmas ones, I don't do a whole lot with those. I have been finding some good candles lately. Goodwill has been a little high with their candle prices, and the thing that cracks me up is half the time they are half burned down, which just doesn't make any sense to me that they would charge $5 for a half burned candle. So those stayed behind. I've been looking for baskets also for my resale booth. It seems like they sell really well if I can find kind of neat bohemian style baskets. People really like those. They use them in wall galleries and I imagine for storage and all kinds of other things. They did have quite a bit of the Currier and Ives dishes. You tend to see these a lot while thrifting. And some juice reamers. I usually just get those if I find them in depression glass. I did think that old syrup bottle was kind of cute. I thought for sure it was Pyrex, but it was not marked. The linens were pretty well stocked. Another thing that's been going really fast in my vintage booth is old aprons. So I've been keeping my eyes peeled for any that I think would have a good resale value. I thought this blue one was really cute. The other ones were all pretty much newer. But I did find, I think this is a vintage tablecloth that somebody cut and probably used it for, some type of crafting. But I did love the old plant leaves on it. And for 99 cents, and then I got half off of that, I decided to go ahead and get that. I think I might be able to make that into dish towels or something. I'm still looking for vintage Afghans. They did have a couple really cute ones. This one I did love, but it did have some staining. So I did find this old Ouija board for a few dollars, and it is an older one. These have a fantastic resale value. Now, the people at Goodwill were teasing me. They're like, I cannot believe you're buying this and taking it home. So I said, I will actually keep it in the car until I decide what to do with it. But that did make its way into my cart. So I'll show you guys a few of the other things that made their way into my cart. This is my find for the day. I'm telling you guys, always look at the silver. Yes, a lot of it is silver plate, but every now and then you get lucky. And as you can see, this one is marked sterling, which makes it quite valuable. After discount, this was only about $1.25. And this is the Wallace Normandy pattern. I can either list this online, or if I just want to flip it quick, I can take it to anywhere that buys silver. This one is about 7 ounces, and you can usually get upwards of $20 an ounce for scrap silver. So always check. If it is sterling, it will be marked sterling on the piece. So this was the find of the day. I also got this really cute snack plate. It's just unusual. I mean, the little radishes and the cheese, and I thought this would be like the cutest little mini charcuterie plate. And it was, it looks like hand painted in Germany. So that came to about $1.25. It's just kitschy. I like it. I also found this really cute pair of hand painted bird drinking glasses. I've been researching these, trying to find if these were part of a collection of any kind. I haven't been able to find anything, but I think they're beautiful, and they came to about $1.25 each. And so those definitely made their way into my cart. I've yet to be able to find, who painted them or any other information, but I think they're a great find. While these aren't sterling, these are silver plate. I found a really beautiful old punch bowl ladle and some serving pieces. These came to anywhere from $1.25 to $2 each. These will also have a fantastic resale value. And then I found this really neat Depression era blue cobalt little pitcher. It was probably a creamer of some kind, but this is a wonderful little Art Deco piece. You can see the great handle and the geometric lines. And so that definitely came home with me. That will be going into my vintage booth as well. I did look at a little bit of clothing today. I found this beautiful bathing suit cover-up, and they charged me, for some reason it had been marked down to $1.99, so I only paid $1 for it. This will be great for summer, just to go over, my swimsuit. And for the price, I thought you just cannot beat that. Looking more at the metal, they had so many pieces that I thought about this one for a long time. I just love the kind of Art Nouveau design on it. But pieces like this are just absolutely beautiful when you're doing all different kinds of decorating. The rest of the pieces that I found were silver plate, including this really cool little tea strainer. I still grabbed it because it's an unusual piece and I wanted to add it to my resale booth. They had some fun little statement teas. I remember Gem from the 80s. This was new, it wasn't vintage. It was, like a newer reproduction. But I wanted to add her to this video because Gem was the greatest. But as you can see, I got quite a bit on this haul. I could not believe all these items were still here. So this is everything that I knew I needed to take home. I did browse the Tupperware. I do love the old kind of jadeite green colored Tupperware containers. They have tons of Tupperware here, and they did have some vintage. I loved the canisters and the different pieces like that, and kind of the 1970s brown, orange, avocado green. But the bummer is, at this Goodwill, they don't put the lids with the items. They have them in a separate container, so you have to dig for them. And I'm like, no thanks. I feel like I'm at home trying to match lids. And chances are the lids aren't even in there. So unfortunately, all those pieces had to stay behind. I got a kick out of that little wall of hangers. I also found some books. I've been buying all kinds of old green books because I am using them in my family room. I have some little built-in bookshelves that I am doing all green vintage books on. I was able to get these, I think they're about $1.50 each after discount. I also got this cool kind of old stoneware piece. I might plant some grass in it for spring. And I got these Sweet Pickles books. I remember the commercial for these when I was little, and the Sweet Pickles van went around and dropped the kids' books off to them. And I remember thinking, I want that in my life. So I did grab a couple of those. Also grabbed this Depression era cookbook, which I'm excited to look through. But you can just see the old books. I mean, they just can't even compare to books today. The graphics are so fantastic. These do really well in my booth. So I was so excited to find these and also add them. So this was a fun one. I absolutely love when I just drop in on a whim and I find all kinds of great stuff and half off at that. So I hope you guys had fun on this quick shopping trip with me. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I appreciate every second that you guys spend here. Like and subscribe, and be sure to check back for more videos coming. Happy thrifting!